It's not really night. Sunday afternoon edition of Banter Blitz. My name is Jan Gustafsson, and this is playing chess while narcissistically babbling about whatever occurs to me. And recently, there's not much occurring to me. Therefore, I think we can all look forward to a fantastic show. And without further ado, let me introduce MAAC to you. This is MAAC. He has the white pieces, and I will most likely defeat him in a chess game. A Filipino is wondering, is audio working for you? Kind of works for me. Then again, I can hear the lovely sound of my own voice, so it's hard for me to judge if it works for you too. But for now, we shall operate under the assumption that you can all hear my wise thoughts, like where is MAAC? And why am I sleepy? Although I slept. How much did I sleep? I slept like 9 hours and then I had a nap. I feel that's maybe too much sleep. But MAAC is here and he goes for d4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, e3, c5, bishop to e2. Which, yeah, is sort of playing with colors reversed. He is saying, I shall play as if this was a Queen's Gambit declined and make great use of my extra tempo. I'm sure you could make a case for bishop f5 or any reasonable move, but cd4 looked natural enough. He could go ed, I go bishop f5. It's roughly equal. Knight d4, e5. We have some kind of Grunfeld structure that should be fairly comfortable for me, because he's not all that fast. Why did I say fast? Targeting my center. The Hanka is thinking, the nap did it. Yeah, no. My sleeping is still weird, I'm sure. This is a topic of great concern to all of you. I blame the Sinquefield Cup and these Americans and their different times. Could we just have the same time all over the world? Has this been discussed? I don't see any drawbacks. Like now we enter the part of the year where it's always dark in Hamburg anyway, so we could as well just operate on US time all the way through. As you can see by my hesitation, I haven't really thought this great idea through very much. So my best guess is there could be some practical issues with it. As for the position, he's making sensible moves, which is upsetting. But after knight f3, this pawn on b3 looks like it could be a bit short on defenders. After rook b8, he's already retreating, which is good news. I shall try to eliminate that lone defender of the b3 pawn. And if that doesn't work, I'll take all his pieces instead. Sorry, Mac, you hung in there, but bishop c3 was kind of wrong. So, now that we're warmed up, welcome to Banter Blitz. My name is Jan Gustafsson. I just drank an energy drink and it feels weird. I have no more energy, but my stomach is feeling a little bubbly. Maybe, just maybe, I should stick to coffee. What's happening in the chat? Area 51 is saying, your series are incredible, Jan. Thanks, Area 51. I'm glad you like them. Zeelandsen is saying, hi everyone. Hello, Zeelandsen. And De Henke is also suggesting that someone should pass some kind of law to synchronize USA daylight time with ours. They should pass some kind of law that I should synchronize the board with the video stream, because if not, we will not get the the great pleasures of me playing the Queen's Gambit decline from the white side this time. Knight c6 is kind of wrong in general. You don't want to block your c-pawn that early. It's somewhat clumsy. It's not a decisive mistake or anything, but there is a reason that people play castles here, and after e3 they go knight b7 or b6 or c5 mainly. Knight c6 in general in these queen's pawns openings is somewhat misplaced. He goes h6. That strikes me as a good idea. I was actually thinking in order to justify knight c6 he should probably go knight h5, try to grab my bishop. Well, g5 seems a bit uncalled for. That much aggression that early on, followed by short castles. Pawns never move back, boys and girls. Therefore, I do not approve of this setup. He goes knight b4. And c5, which is kind of logical because he's trying to solve this issue of the backward c-pawn. But in the meantime, he's also weakened his king side. Therefore, I am still not a big fan of the black position, to put it mildly. If the pawn was on g7, it would be sort of normal. White would be slightly better. But with the pawn on g5, I have some hopes that the permanent damage done to the black king will eventually tell. Having said all that, no, I don't know what to do, blah blah blah. Just bring the queen back. I want the a rook on d1 ideally, and after rook d1. I wasn't sure after knight c3 how much better I am. So I'll put the queen here. Recapture on c3 with said queen. And continue giving speeches about the black king being weak. Queen to e7. Yeah, the opening play I was not very impressed by, but since then Eremita Sheladon has made a lot of sensible moves, prolonging this game. So kudos to Mr. or Mrs. Eremita. I'm feeling very strange. Not about the position, but about my general activity levels. So today could be one of the shows where I am not my usual life-affirming, bubbly, positive, inspirational self. But instead, just a weird, whiny, self-aware shell. I know that does sound very hard to believe, but I feel we're headed down that road. Eremita is also making sensible moves. Rook a d8. Time to go back. So yeah, I have, in great textbook style, exploited his weakenings off the king side by making completely random moves and then grabbing a pawn that he blundered on the queen side. Therefore, I hope that all of you aspiring students of the royal game of chess have learned as much as I have from my very instructional and instructive play. Filipino is asking, when is Svidler back in town? When do we have chess players over here? Well, the second part I made up. Svidler is in Hamburg for the FIDE Grand Prix, which is scheduled, I don't know, early November. And hopefully, no, I shouldn't say that. But in case he does not win the event and is not busy all the way through, I'm pretty sure we'll find a way to get him into this lovely studio of ours. Other than that, nah, I can't exchange queens. I'm planning to harass him with my usual requests about all the big tournaments, probably of 2020, the candidates, the World Championship, what else is there? All the good stuff. Because we like having the Svidmeister around. Yeah, I continue completely outclassing Eremita Sheladon, both on the chessboard and on the clock by making quick, active, decisive moves. And in no way, shape or form am I just randomly babbling while waiting for him to blunder more stuff. That would not be in the spirit of Banter Blitz. Give me something already, come on. Bernard Humphrey Gaskin is saying, you're sounding like my son. Rather visit world than go to work. Where do you think I am right now? Sunday. Eremita Sheladon does resign. And Slice Surf is saying, I want to hang out with Jan in real life. Trust me, you do not. Jan in real life is pretty much the same guy, except I don't talk. I'm wearing, what am I wearing? I won the game, by the way. Yay. I'm wearing those. I'm listening either to bad German hip-hop or to sometimes good, sometimes bad podcasts and mind my own business. That's Jan in real life. So it's not a joy for anyone really, including myself. Therefore, while it is appreciated, it's not recommended. Let's play Majaro. 2800 player. Wow. That's pretty good. D4, knight f6, c4, g6. Horsey. Oh, the king's Indian. Let's play what the cool kids do. h3 and bishop here. It's too subtle for me. I usually just go. Whatever. Knight f3, bishop e2, bishop e3. But I've been told by the cool kids that this is a cool system. And as you know, if you don't go with the times, you gotta go over time. Works better in German. Therefore, I'm trying to, keep track of these modern systems. Without much success, as I'm sure we will also soon learn. All of this looks like kind of normal moves. I guess the cool kids will play g4 here and claim, I don't know what they would claim, that they made knight h5 harder. I'm always confused about these types of positions. If they go knight e8 and then f5, I usually get checkmated. But then when you check them with the computer says white is much better. Therefore, I think it might not be the position, might be me. That's usually the conclusion I come to, and then I move on with my life. I was contemplating queen f3, which looked kind of interesting, but then I didn't know what to do after queen b6. Therefore, I developed the bishop and passed the ball back to Mr. Majaro when it comes to decision making. I'm not quite sure what I want. CD, I'll go CD. Maybe I'll think about g5 or h4, h5. But mainly, I guess I should hope for him to do something stupid. And Mr. Dodgy is wondering if this is the first time g4 has been played in a Banter Blitz. It does sound likely. CD and bishop d7. Does he want to go b5? Does b5 bother me? Probably just wants rook c8. Stronger positional player would know if bishop takes c5 is a good idea here. He has a lot of pros, bishop c5, dc, and some queen b3. He has some cons. One con being that I lose this lovely bishop. Okay, let's pretend to have deep chess understanding and be slightly worse with this operation. Knight e8 makes some sense. This also makes some sense. So we're both making sense. This is a first in Banter Blitz history. Okay, 6. You couldn't go knight d6 because of the knight fork. And now I have options, but I'll stay on brand. This is not a blunder of a piece because he can take and play b5 since I had knight takes c5. At least that was my devious plan. And as I'm waxing about my devious plan, I looked at the devious clock and hit a state of panic. Rook f6? What kind of move is that? Who plays rook f6? At some point, rook d2, yeah, bishop h6. But it almost made me wake up and spring into action, because I saw after knight takes d6, I have knight d5, and I can eat his rook. He should take anyway, because queen anywhere. I would guess this pawn will be a bit of a nuisance to deal with. But Mr. Majaro does not agree with my assessment. Okay, time to speed up. We're down to a minute. The question is, can I wake up so I can speed up? I think the answer to that question is no. Therefore, sleepy speeding up it is. Knight d4. Should have thought about this before, but I have not. Okay, I didn't manage to wake up or speed up, but I did manage to shut up. Therefore, I would consider that to be progress. Hang on, I don't want a move repetition. Is this third already? That was close. Also b2 was hanging, but that's details. Give me that. He does not seem overly fazed by the loss of a rook, which scares me. If you take your opponent's limbs and they just continue as if nothing has happened, how can you win a game? Okay, enough fooling around, my dear friend. Seems very dedicated to this cause, but I have more stuff. Stuff's gotta be worth something in this cold, queens-driven world of ours. Oof. What a thriller against Majaro. Thanks for the game. My pulse is up to like 64. Okay, time to relax, time to crash. Stefan 3374 and take it from there. Realm of Wilhelm is saying, Australia, here, why am I awake? Oh, that's right, we love Mr. Jan, thank you so much. Realm of Wilhelm. What does Realm of Wilhelm mean? Is that, do you have your own like little kingdom within Australia? Is that even legal? So, Slice Serve is asking, are you coming to the States anytime soon, Jan? No, I don't think so. I haven't been to the States for a while. When have I been to the States? I went to Los Angeles in, when was it? 2015, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't think I've been since. Don't know why. But it's far away. One day. I've never been to St. Louis. How did I like LA? I don't know, it's a strange place. Can't say I've seen everything or have a clue. I mainly hung out in Glendale, which is a beautiful neighborhood. And I went to some things that were cool for me, like a Clippers game against the Warriors, and to the Comedy Store. Is it the Comedy Store? Yeah, the Comedy Store. So I saw a lot of things that I'm a fanboy of. I saw Bill Simmons, I saw Jalen Rose, I saw Jay-Z. In that order, Jay-Z. Therefore, yeah, it was cool, but I can't say here's my verdict on the city of Los Angeles, because I didn't see a lot. Anyway, Stefan 3374 saw that his queen was gone, and therefore he resigned. Thanks for the game, Stefan. Stefan 5555 is saying bullet kits are everywhere. What's bullet kits? Is that a new gang terrorizing the streets of Hamburg, Germany? Sounds scary. Wow, a FIDE-master. A FIDE-master of chess. Grieve 72. Zeelandson is not a fan of Los Angeles. I think most celebrities and NBA players don't agree, right? But yeah, for me, I spent way more time in New York City when I was a young man. So yeah, I'm still Team New York, mainly because I know it better. Other than that, I don't have much experience in the United States. Where have I been? I've been to Miami. I've been to... What other cities do you guys have? Not a lot. Florida Keys, is that a thing? That's close to Miami, right? I think I've been there. Oh no, it's not Florida Keys. What's it called? Whatever. Something in Florida. I've been to Philadelphia. Looked nice. This is my best episode yet. Me trying to remember places in the US&A that I have been to. Thinking. Washington? I think that's the list. And Dehenka is saying Florida Keys is 2 hours from Miami or so, I think. So maybe that's where I've been. As for this game, Grieve is taking all the space against my Caro-Kann, which strikes me as a bit unfair and overzealous. But hopefully I shall fight back eventually and then prove that all these weaknesses that he left behind by exposing his shelter for no good reason will tell eventually. Having said all that, can I take a pawn or not? E2. It's a bit greedy. Nah. Restraint. So Dodgy Chess is saying, can you name 5 American cities? Easily. I follow the Nationwide Basketball Association. And please do not correct me. That is what NBA stands for. If you have doubts, check the Ali G video. So yeah, I can name 5 American cities. Realm of Willem is saying, come to Australia, we'd love to have you. Yeah, I've never been to Australia, in spite of my long-standing belief that Australians and Canadians are the best people. Maybe that's why I hold that belief. Yeah. Then again, it's far away. Flinsbacher is asking, Jan, do you play Caro-Kann serious games? I sometimes play Caro-Kann. I'm not a big Caro-Kann theoretician. Like, most of my theory knowledge is within e4, e5, but I sometimes play it to get, what do they call this? An imbalance? Because I feel like Caro-Kann, you can sort of freestyle. So I often, often is like once every 10th game, maybe I play it in order to create this magical thing called winning chances. Normally it's after I get sick of my 15th draw in a row against the 2300 in some dull Italian. Then I unleash the deadly Caro-Kann. Should do it more often. I have a good position against Greavy. And Slice Service confirming that Australians and Canadians are the best people. Americans other than him are gross. I don't know. I've met some non-gross Americans. He goes knight e2. I could develop with a very pleasant position, or I could go pawn hunting with unclear consequences. Gimme. Crunches Mac Basketball is saying, what about Madeira? I need context here. Is that a place I could have visited but haven't? Or is it a city in America I could have named? Or what's the question here? I'm pro Madeira. I just need some more info. What do you want, sir? You want me to go bishop b6, then you want to go a3? But I think I do not care. He wants to trap my queen. But it shall not happen. Dodgy is saying Madeira is a kind of cake. That's hard to believe. It was my daughter's 3rd birthday 2 days ago, and I believe that we've had every kind of cake, and we had no Madeiras. Therefore, I do not believe your story. It's not a cake. I would know if it was. a4. Winning this position should be a piece of cake, but how exactly? I could do the D word, develop pieces. I could start worrying about my queen. So many options, so little time. And David7519 is saying Madeira cake is nice. I thought we've established it's not a cake. Flinsbacher is wondering, what's the recipe against e4, c6, d4, d5, e5, bishop f5, knight f3? It's e6. Then there is a lot of theory. Pretty much after everything you do. Bishop here looks active. Queen d3, d4. Who knows? Fyodorovich is saying Madeira is a cake. Mr. Dodgy is right. I find that hard to believe. But I shall play ball and Google Madeira cake. Madeira cake. Then again, Mr. Dodgy is English, right? What do they know about cake? Does this even qualify as cake? Just looks like something dry. Rook h3. Was that a legal move? I didn't pay attention. I was focused on the cake controversy. So I hope you did not make an illegal move, Grief72. Because let's face it, you never know with the Chess24 interface. If it allows illegal moves, if it doesn't, anything could happen. Therefore, all I can hope is that this move was allowed. Okay, let's play this game as a Madeira cake. And try to bring home the bacon. Beer delivery guy does agree that it does not look like a cake. Take your time, Greavy. Knight takes. Another legal move. At this point I'm going to have to start assuming that he is indeed making moves that are allowed. I kind of forgot developing, whatever you call this, the kingside pieces. But I didn't really have time. Better late than never. It's like with sex. Rachel. I developed the gang. Check. Finally, we are transposing to one of my hobby horses a so-called rook up situation. Doesn't look like Grieve has studied rook up situations in the same detail that I have, because if he had, he would probably understand the hopelessness of his endeavors and resign. But maybe he did study two rooks down situations, and he understands that that's a bad scenario to be in. Thanks for the game, Grief72. Let's play maybe more games? That would be fun. Dutch Defender is saying Madeira is also a drink. And hi all, of course. Hi Dutch Defender, and let's continue our Madeira studies. Madeira. What's the best time to travel to Madeira? By the way, isn't Cristiano Ronaldo from Madeira? Or am I mixing stuff up? That would be unforgivable, because this is a effects-based show. Let's play H-Pawn 99. E4, C6. Today we play the carol because we can. And yes, that joke has never been made before or been classified as a joke. Slice Surf is curious. Jan, what was your highest world ranking? I don't know. Sometimes I break into the top 100. Or I broke, I should say. I haven't broken into them for a while. And then I get kicked out again. So I have no idea. Somewhere low. Let's pin. Drunk Chess is wondering, I don't know as high as, does Plants vs. Zombies have rankings? I believe, even though, and this is not a joke, I've spent more time on Plants vs. Zombies Vase Breaker than on chess, at least in the last 10 years. I believe that I'm still worse in Plants vs. Zombies than in chess, which is upsetting. But these zombies, you know, they're hard to control. Fyodorovich is saying, Jan looks bad today. He looked very ill a few days back. Yeah, I'm no longer as ill. But the problem is, if you're sick, you only have one concern. You focus on getting better. Well, if you're healthy, you have 1,000 concerns. So I have 999 more concerns than I had a week ago. Therefore, I shouldn't joke about that. Health is important. I don't want to get sick again. And I'm very grateful to modern medicine for giving me all these pills. I didn't really read the labels, but I ate them all. So there you go. Cranger's Mac Basketball is having more relevant, close-to-life scenarios. Like, Jan, if you got invited to a Grown Chess Tour event as a wild card, would you accept? Yeah, I'd accept. Let me know. I'm sure I'm very high on their list. They're sitting there wondering. Rapport, Yu Yang Yi, Grishuk, Kramnik, Gustafsson. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with the with the 40-year-old German guy. So yeah, I think these discussions are being held on a daily basis. Woodstock 37 is saying, still rated higher than Keimer. That is true. Probably not rated higher rated higher than Keimer when I was a 13-year-old. How old is he? He's probably 15 or some very old age these days. Give me that horsey, by the way. H-pawn. Percy Hepworth is saying, Plants vs. Zombies is very strategic and tactical. Chess is just goofing off. Couldn't agree more. That's why I've focused my recent studies on the wonderful world of Plants and Zombies. But there, you don't just go knight g3 and then you grab a zombie, then a rook zombie. It doesn't work like that. Percy Hepworth is saying 40 is a common age according to Peter. I don't know, let's do the math. I don't want this to become a bleak show, but the most common age statistically has to be 0, no? Is that correct? I'm not 100% sure, but according to my quick calculations, most people are 0 once. But all the other ages you don't really know. So 40 doesn't strike me as that common. Actually, I would argue the older we get, the less common the H is. I know, math wizards out there, let me know if I calculated that right. And thanks for the game H-Pawn. Thanks for the timely rook down resignation, because these rook down situations are tough to handle. Mr. Dodger is saying 0 is not an H. If that's the case, then I would still apply the same math to 1 with the caveat. Another word I don't know how to pronounce. I think it should be pronounced caveat, but whenever I do that, people look at me funny. So with the caveat that we don't all turn 1. Dead babies, fun topic. I would still think my logic applies. And I'm playing against Retry Jan, and I'm retrying the Caro-Kann. The irony. 92, is this theory? I guess it's theory, looks logical enough. Go here, you take, and you give a check. Am I upset then? G6, bishop f4, e6 I could play, but it looks a bit sad. But sadness is kind of my brand, if we're being honest. This is what in the industry we call a bad Karlsbad for black. He's exchanged the good bishops, and my minority attack is doomed to fail because of b4. Therefore, Retry Jan is playing this expertly. I have to go e5. I can't wait around for him to go knight b3, knight c5. Now if he goes knight b3, at least I can think about e4 and some, what do they call this, counterplay on the king side. Well, after d, knight e5, I might be slightly worse, but his coordination will suffer at least a little bit. Might not be anything special, but bishop c2 is not the move you want to do. Having said all that, now what? Queen, bishop, bishop, maybe bishop. Drunk Chess is saying caveat, not caveat. I think we discussed that, and we've established that caveat is the way to pronounce it. I wonder if caveman called dinner caveat. Would make sense, no? Guys, pasta is ready. Come to the caveat. Not sure about that theory. I'm not a native speaker. You will have to forgive my flawed attempts at humor. I'm also German, which should be another reason to forgive me for my flawed attempts at humor. I've been sort of outplayed here, but it's not the first time. Retry Jan from Switzerland. Didn't know they played chess in Switzerland. He's playing to give a check. Queen e2. Bailoutovich. Actually, he's better, so that's a very sensible move. I have to admit. And I also have to speed up. Oh boy. I like it when I say I have to speed up and then I sink into deep thought. Centralize. Tactics? No tactics, please, sir. I have a family. He does not seem to care. What can you do? I missed that check. Slightly awkward. Well played, Jan. I feel very bad and empty inside about that flagging that occurred. What were we talking about? Alistair C is saying, come to my cave and eat. There you go. More evidence. Mr. Dodgy is saying, chocolate watches and chocolate watches too. What's that? Are we talking about Switzerland? Let's play Erdgast. Drunk Chess is wondering, so where's your cave at? That's a fair question. I'm planning to convert my basement to a bit of a man cave. I'm not sure if that counts. Because I had a man case. Maybe I should also get a man case. That's a different topic. Because, I don't know, I feel I'm too old for a backpack. And I have not found a convenient way to transport my belongings. So if you guys could weigh in, I really hate carrying this laptop case around. Backpack is so much more convenient, but I feel a backpack does not properly reflect. Is it reflect on or just reflect? Let's go with just reflect. Does not properly reflect my tremendous levels of maturity. So I don't really have a solution for that. Therefore, current status quo is no man cave and no man case. And I need both. Stefan 5555 is saying, retry on with increment, you would have won. Could not agree more. So unfair. But I'm not getting any input on the carrying around belongings as a man question, which has been bothering me for many years. Whiskery Ant is saying there's no age limit on backpacks. I don't know. I feel it's very hard to look cool, and it is a big concern of mine to look cool when wearing a backpack. So while it can't be beaten for convenience, I have not found a solution I'm very happy with. Do you want to give me pieces? D4 instead of knight e4? Okay, I must prepare d4. Sven's Chess CG is saying, did you were mad at Magnus when you realized he sniped you in one of this tournament? No, I wasn't mad. It's also 2015. Bantathon. I played 36 hours straight. That's a lie. Yeah. I wasn't mad then, but since I get asked about it every day, who knew that this was the defining moment of my chess career? Kygrex2 is saying, it looks cool if you yodel. What's that talking about? Is it still backpacks or is that just a general statement? I'm not sure. Yodeling also would not be the definition of cool in my mind. But maybe I should look more into the yodeling thing. That's a good point. More pawns being taken. I'm reading fanny packs are coming back into fashion. And fanny is being censored. Is that a bad word? Isn't that a US, UK thing? Should only be censored if you're from wherever it is a bad word. Yeah, Fabi designing a Prodigy backpack would be cool. Like one that grows with me. That'd be amazing. Fabi, get on the case. Prodigy backpack. Bluesy wants to know why D4 didn't work. When, where, why? Here, I thought he goes here with his horsey. It didn't work, is a bit strong. But I wanted more. Fyodorovich is saying, in UK it's bad, in US it's not. That's okay then, I think. What was I going to say? I think we're weak in the UK market. It's mainly Mr. Dodgy, and he lives in Sweden. Therefore, that word should not offend too many viewers. Because we do not want anybody to get offended by words. That'd be wrong. Like Vodamine. Drunk Chess is saying it's not really bad anywhere nowadays. The C word took its place. Chess. Daniet87 Feedemaster is saying, hi Jan, when I play I also have a tendency for flagging. I don't know why also. Does this make me an asshole? Or just somebody with a tendency to flag? I think you could be both. Like, not you personally, but I'm saying one thing doesn't really exclude the other. Other than that, everyone has their own theories on etiquette over the chessboard. I don't have a very strongly developed one. Believe it or not, I usually don't flag in dead drawn positions, like even that one. I just flagged. If he offers me a draw, I'll probably take it. But usually my main belief is still time is kind of a part of the game. And if you don't make your moves within the 5 minutes, then you lose. So yeah, I don't feel very strongly about it either way. What is this? This is the so-called Semitarash. What do people do here? Bishop b5, rook c1, bishop c4. So much theory. Knight c6. I think if my memory serves, and it usually does when it comes to chess, not when it comes to doing groceries. Knight c6 considered to be less precise than b6, even after rook c1. Still, obviously, nothing much has happened yet. But here it looks a little harder for black to organize his pieces conveniently. Well, I can work with d5 breakthrough ideas, so it looks like a decent version of whatever this is for white. He's making sensible moves though, which I find, as you know, mildly offensive, especially since I kind of blundered bishop a4. I still have bishop c2, but it was not really the plan. Or probably I should take on c8 first. Vodamin, playing well. Queen takes, that's a surprise. I thought I should go knight takes to force me to play bishop c2 and make me exchange some material, because black has less, what's it called, space. Therefore, in general, other things being equal, which they never are, you should be pro exchanges here with black. Having said that, I also missed knight c6, which would accomplish those very exchanges. I thought I can take here, but knight e5, bishop a6 doesn't look like much. Can't take this guy now. Bishop a6, ba, knight c6. There's no silly pins. That's good news. Bishop a6, bishop e4, bishop b7. You might have some compensation, but it's a Ponzi. It's a Ponzi scheme, as usual. Can you just take the Ponzi back? That would kind of undermine my Ponzi scheme. Also, why are you playing so well, Vodamin? Very upsetting. No tricks. Knight d7, rook d8 is nonsense. Knight f7, rook f7 also does not seem to help me. Queen e7 is nothing, so no. No tricks. That means we now have an equal position. That must be won by either swindling, flagging, or queening. I'm not sure which one of those is the most likely. I guess that flagging ranks kind of higher than queening. I'm not sure where the swindling should be on that list. Vodamin also has a very steady move rhythm, so even the flagging might be tough. Yeah. h6, sir. Okay, 8. I thought. Ah, yes, queen f8. I can't think that far ahead. What to do? Run! Oops, I think this through first. a7, knight e7, rook c7, knight c8. And it's too late. I have knight e5 then. I'm not winning, am I? Knight a7, rook f7. Not really winning. Nope. Not that I'm winning here, but at least keep some tension. Any cheapos? Not sure this qualifies as a cheapo, but if it yields me a rook, I will take it. This part always confuses me, but once again might be due to my expertise in rook up situations that other people just don't have. But when you play such a perfectly good game, and then you question the rook up technique, it's always confusing to me. But I do have insights in into these situations that might not be common, therefore hard for me to be too upset about it. I really understand the power of the extra rook in such positions. Here, for example, it cuts off the king along the 7th rank, and once in a while it can even be used to orchestrate an attack against said king by pure rookiness and exploiting the fact that black does not have a rook to match this rook on the 7th rank. So those are things that, if you study enough rook up material, become sort of second nature to you. And as we know, chess is 97.2% pattern recognition. Therefore, these patterns, maybe one day I'll make them available to the general public. But for now, I'd rather keep that secret. Anyway, excellent game by Vodamin. Thank you for playing, sir. Or ma'am. What's on the menu? Jessica, can you take down my order, please? We have another FIDE master. Is another international FIDE master day? Sente 123 from New York to Germany. The newcomer saying posture check. Yep, check. Whiskery Aunt is wondering if rookiness is the technical term. I believe it is, yeah, rookiness. Center is not fighting for sat center, but instead tries to operate on the margins of the chessboard. And this system is kind of dumb, but I somehow like playing it. There's not much more to that story. It's not critical. The critical moves are like 3, 4 here mainly. Or after knight c3, f5, d5 is also critical. But I sort of enjoy playing knight h3, f3. Makes me feel wild and adventurous. I don't really want much. I want to go e3, bishop e2, short castle. And I want to wait for him to go d6 and then punish him for d6 by going knight f4 or something. So those are my deep thoughts on this matter. He has avoided my cunning trap of meeting d6 with knight f4 by placing the bishop on d6. That, however, does make it somewhat more awkward to develop his own pieces, I would argue at least, because the bishop blocks this very deep pawn. Therefore, who knows? Looks okay to me. I still stand by my statement. Any threats? You think I'm going to blunder e takes d followed by knight takes d4? It's not too unlikely, to be perfectly honest. So I'm not blaming you, Senti 123. I will accidentally stop it by going b4. And after a5, I will have a long, hard look, not only into the mirror, but also at the position. And then back into the mirror, because I do consider the camera a mirror. Question some of my life choices, and when we're done with all of that, I will make a move. But which one? Horsey? Maybe horsey. There's also Ponzi, just tempting. So many choices. I think I'll start with horsey. My point is that after a takes b, knight d6, cd, d5, I might be a pawn down, but other than that, and trust me, it pains me to say that because I value pawns as much as the next guy. Other than that, my position does look pretty good, I thought, because, you know, bishop bad. Yeah, that's the end of my argument. Bishop bad. Rook or pawn? Rook or bishop? Rook, you might have b5. Does that bother me? Bothers me slightly. So bishop. Grandmasterly reasoning. Now b5 has become a lot more double-edged. He might manage to freeze bishop, but he will also give me a nice little passer on the b file and some activity. So I'm not so sure about that. He goes rook a5, which I would describe as a perfectly legal move. Do is unfair to saying, any thoughts on Ding winning the tiebreak versus Magnus? Zero thoughts whatsoever. Also, Do is unfair. Didn't you watch all of my expertly done German commentary on the Sinkfield Cup and on that tiebreak? So you mean if with the days going by I have arrived at some deeper insights like, oh, this Ding guy might be pretty good at chess. Who would have thought? Seriously. This Ding guy, pretty good at chess. And yeah, there was a bit of a breakthrough for him, I would guess. Because he had not previously won a tournament of that caliber. So yeah, those are my deep thoughts. Dr. Ding. Fantastic event. Kudos. Du bist ein Pferd had to leave after the 25-minute game. Sorry to hear that, Du bist ein Pferd. Did I blunder with all the Ding talk? I'm blaming you, just so you know. Yeah, this wasn't part of the plan. Ugh, stupid, yeah. Yeah, that's mildly upsetting. I should not have allowed his buried bishop to jump into action like this. But I have. And I must live not only with the consequences, but also with myself, which is even worse. That was really dumb. Okay, don't see a good move. So, bad move it is. Silly me. Okay, time for panic mode. I'm not sure if you guys can read my facial expression here, but I believe it expresses something might have gone a little wrong. Do I have stupid tricks? Don't really see any stupid tricks. Smart tricks. Nope, that's unlikely. Bishop c2, blundering the queen. Also not helping. Yeah, this is no longer a great position. So that makes it a great pity. Nope, no good moves. So bad moves it is. How's the endgame? Couple pawns down, that's not ideal. But it's a hard mob life. I'm threatening checkmate in one move, sir. No more checkmate in one move threats, but the piece count has slightly changed in my favor. Not sure that will be enough to turn the game around. But another rule of thumb I have is that being a piece up is better than not being a piece up. Queen c5 check is surprisingly obnoxious. But once again, life does go on. No checks, please, sir. I wouldn't mind giving one, but I would not like to be checked. And Sente123 resigns in what I think I can only call a flawlessly played model game. Thank you for it. What's the time? Time flies when you're playing Banter Blitz, doesn't it? Clappy 2. I'm Clappy. Hope you're Clappy too. And yes, I have been called the songbird of my generation. Let's play f3 like some other cool kids do. Some of the really cool kids go dc5 here, but I'm not at that level of coolness yet. Whoa, so aggressive. Throwing pawns around like there was no tomorrow. Maybe Clappy is trying to honor the late Pal Benko. Which, of course, I approve of. Knight a3 is the clumsiest looking move I could think of. There is some thought behind it. Not very smart thought, but some thought. That I leave this square available for the other horsey. Oh, did we announce the, what's it called? The Banter Blitz Cup? Check it out. Check the article on chess24.com. It will be a lot of fun for the whole family, unless the family is not into chess or banter. Is that a good promo speech? What's going to be a knockout tournament? 128 players who must commentate while they play their games. And I think there's a lot of cash money at stake, so it should be fun. I personally am planning to win, not the tournament, but people's hearts with my hard-fought loss in round 1, where, in spite of some decent flagging, in the end my lack of class did eliminate me from the event. Corella is saying attempted jocularity. I don't know what that means, so I'll Google it, because I am here to learn, just like all of us. Attempted jocularity. Yeah, that is my brand. You know me very well, Corella. Should e2, f5, so aggressive again. Guess I'll castle and hope not to get checkmated after some bishop d4 check, f4, knight g3. Vicious attack on my king? No, too scared. I'll take. Feeling it, Clappy is thinking about more aggressive stuff like e6, queen h4 check. Clappy is already mentally applauding himself for this vicious attack. He goes gf. No, I wanted to go f4, forcing him to go back with the knight to avoid all these nightmares like bishop d4, knight g3 check. And now I finally managed to castle. King h8, yeah, looks like a good idea. Kygrex is it, saying, will Trash Talk be a plus or minus for the BB Cup thing? When has Trash Talk ever been a minus? I have to study the exact regulations. I'm a bit worried that people will not do the appropriate amount of trash talking because they're trying to win their matches. So I hope that trash talk gets rewarded richly. Cranges Mac Basketball saying, this is an interesting game. Thank you for having low standards, Cranges. That's sort of what keeps this program going, really. Should I develop my pieces one of these days? I feel I'm pretty good at grabbing pawns, but I have weaknesses when it comes to developing pieces, which often are topics that come to the forefront in the very same game. I don't know why, but somehow it feels like there's some correlation. Knight e4, more tactics? What's with all the tactics, sir? So I've managed not to hang too much material, but in fairness to Clappy number 2, he's also done a pretty decent job of not hanging any more material, developing his pieces, and keeping the position murky. I think I'm better, but it's a weird position with his knights stuck over here. So anything can still happen. Very exciting. It's a bit like sudden death dodgeball. This would be a risky pre-move. Because I know Clappy is thinking about all the action moves. Knight e4, bishop takes b5, rook b8 to a somewhat lesser extent. But sensible decision too, trying to defend Mr. e7 for now. Anything else I can attack? What about this guy? Will you give me that guy at least? Give me something. I need something to work with here, Clappy. Now we're talking. Queen d7, endgame. I guess that's an acceptable trade-off. Quality player will play rook e7 here. So breathe in, breathe out. First exchange sacrifice of my chess career. Don't like it. I like the rooksies. See? Already missing my rooksies. So now the problem I'm facing here is that I only have one of these rooks, while my opponent has two, which is far from ideal. I hope that these pawns I have will offer some consolation, but it's not the same thing as having a bunch of nice rooksies. B1. Now he's all about the pawnsies too. G4 looks kind of wrong. Alright, let's... Deep horse move. It's almost checkmate, by the way, after h5. Well, e8 check. E8 queen is a check, which helps, but it's close to checkmate. And Clappy 2 resigns after an interesting game and a tough fight. Thank you so much for the game. And Sonja Josefine, who just did a great German Banter Blitz show, right here from the office, who are now on their way home, are chiming in the chat. The German Women Grandmaster Josefine Heinemann and Women International Master Sonja Blum, saying, Jan, we're already missing you and the office. I understand. I'm not sure you got the order right. I think the office is very missable. But me, passive-aggressively saying, go to the show, don't talk to me, less missable. But it's appreciated. Have a good trip home. Because they're from the south or some crazy part of Germany. That's not Hamburg City. What time is it? We can play 2 more games. Let's play against Salim 2. Salim 2 has disconnected. Or are you there, Salim? Are you back? What are we talking about? Jan teach us 1 German word per stream and in 30 years we would be fluent. Not sure, but yeah, let's start with important stuff like Kraftfahrzeughaftpflichtversicherung. That's an important German word. Back to the roots. Nate Young is wondering, Jan, did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet? I did see that, yeah. I liked it. It's slow-paced, or... yeah, not much happening in the first 2 hours, but I liked the vibe, and it sunk in somehow. Made me think. Wow, Brad Pitt looks really good for 55, and other deep thoughts like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Rook F2, featuring in my latest opening clinic for deeper explanations. Become one of the 13 people watching my opening clinics on YouTube and enjoying me dropping knowledge like try not to get checkmated on G2 or blunder knight h3 check. And if you manage to accomplish these great feats, you might have a good position. Let's think this through our specialty. King h1, unpinning looks like a move. Bishop d4, queen d4, should be a bit better. Bishop e3 looks like a move. Knight e2, knight takes or whatever. Other moves that look like moves? No, King H1 looks like enough of a move to be a move. Kraftfahrzeug Haftpflichtversicherung means automobile, some complicated insurance. I don't know the English word for Haftpflichtversicherung, but I can Google it. I have one. I learned from experience that one should have a Haftpflichtversicherung. It's one of the most German things. Haftpflichtversicherung English. I'm not sure you guys have the concept. Liability insurance. Okay, you probably do have that concept. I thought you'd have a fancier term for it. Maybe not. Did I blunder knight h3? Let's see. I can take this. So blunder is probably a bit strong. I can take this, but I'm not winning. I like king g7, knight d5. He still has knight e6, which is upsetting. Very upsetting. Yeah, what to do? Gonna have to continue making more chess moves. c5 might be a good move here, trying to go knight d4. Probably gonna give an exchange for that horsey eventually. But there will be 2 exchange sacrifices in one show. And I'm not really comfortable with giving away that many rooks. Kimat is saying the treatment of Sharon Tate is just ridiculous. I disagree. I thought it was respectful to Sharon Tate that they used original footage of Sharon Tate in that clip when she goes to the movies to watch herself. And it's fiction. I thought it honored her properly. And I'm saying all these things, obviously being ignorant about who Sharon Tate was before I watched the movie and read reviews. Slice Surfs is saying, I agree with Hans regarding Sharon Tate, and using the clip was genius. I'm not sure how I feel about you calling me Hans Slice Surf. I mean, my name is right there, and it's a bit of a stereotypical German name. I won't get too offended, but Mistype. Strange mistype. That the S crept in there as well. Han, you could get away with. Anyway, it shall be forgiven. Dutch Defender is saying, Jan's aim is to crush. Peter's aim is to teach. Actually, I think that's wrong. Like, I want to win, but my main aim, believe it or not, is to entertain. Which normally I fail at. As for Peter's aim, I'm not sure if it is to teach. Maybe it is. I think it's also to entertain. But yeah. He probably does care less about the result. I guess that's fair to say. Also, what are we discussing? Nate Young is wondering if it's true that Manson in the movie is the same actor that plays Manson in Mindhunter. That is correct, as I learned from a wonderful place called The Internets. But Manson, smiledish spoiler alert. No, actually it's not a spoiler. He's barely in the movie. Dutch Defender is apologizing. Why are you apologizing? I was just, giving my view of the show. I'm not sure if that's the view, but yeah. That is the aim. Slice Server is saying, although it's funny to accidentally discover that Hans is illegal, not following. Mr. Dodgy says, saying Hans is his evil twin. Nah. If I had a twin, wouldn't it be the good twin? Can I go here? We'll find out. So what is... I still don't know how to operate this watch. And I probably won't learn either. So he gave me an exchange. He actually does have fairly decent compensation, I have to admit. Not sure how much this is. Oh, I'm down to 33 seconds. Ooh, time to sit up straight. Make random moves. Crash! Come on, Hans, you can do this. Okay, rook up situation, check. Excitement, check. Will I manage in the 13 seconds I have left? It's anybody's guess at this point. And Salim too, lose on time. Good game, Salim. Alright, last game du jour. Yes, I do speak like 18 words of French. Not well. Let's play Karam 211. Another Caro-Cam. Area 51 says Jan plays very fast. Yeah. Sometimes in Blitz, if you have 30 seconds left, you have to try to make all your moves in these 30 seconds. This is another good old Carlsbad structure. These things tend to be around equal. Black is quite comfortable here, especially after h3, because he can no longer go knight f1 followed by knight g3. I think I had this position against Artur Yusupov some years ago. He went knight f1, castles, bishop g5, knight d7, something along those lines. And it was agreed drawn quickly in exciting style. g4 weakens the king, blah blah. Yeah, this looks like an unhealthy way to play Karan 2011, because once again, pawns don't move back and your king should get under fire. I understand I'll probably win this game by grabbing a pawn on the queen side in the distant future, but the point still stands. Jasmine is asking, Jan, did you watch the new David Chappelle special, Stick and Stones? Sticks and Stones. I did watch that, yeah. I don't know. I love Dave Chappelle. As everybody who grew up with the Chappelle show, I don't know the topics. Like, I thought his first two specials were great, and the first two he did for Netflix, whatever they were called. This one I liked a little less, but it might be because he's obviously also addressing reactions to his statements on, the previous special. So I was less impressed with it, but still, it's appointment viewing. And I think Dave Chappelle said it pretty well within the special. Remember, B word, you clicked on my face. So I always think it's silly to instantly run to watch it, enjoy it, watch every minute, and then say, actually, I think maybe he could have phrased that differently. Dave Chappelle is a big hero. I could win the queen with knight takes h4, which would be a decent start. I'm thinking if bishop f3 is yielding me even more. King f3, knight h4, king e2 and something. But I do not see it, so I'll just go. Smutje75 is rightly saying it's a Dropsus Lucius situation. Yeah, there's too many attackers, Karam 2011, sorry. And Karan does resign. Thanks for the game. That's it for today's show. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And see you guys soon in Chess 24ville. Check out the Banter Blitz Cup announcement. I'll now go do the same thing. And then go to sleep. Because I only slept these 9 hours. And the nap. That's not enough sleeping for one day.